what we left from the last short video. Sorry for the cut off. Okay, so let's take a look at this diagram first. Okay, so spend some time, observe a bit, and think about the following questions. What do these triangles have in common? What are they trying to communicate? How are they different from one another? And what does it make you think like that? Alright, so you want to take a look at this diagram, and then you see some familiar ones, right? So for example, here the red one, you see 60, 60, 60, that's the equilateral triangle. And then you see the acute triangle, the orange one. You see the obtuse triangle, the pink one. You see the isosceles triangle represented in green. And also you see 45, 45, 90, 30, 60, 90, two special triangles that we talked about before. And we will spend some time talking about Pythagorean triples and explore a bit in this unit. Okay, all right, so that's one of your think, pair, share activity. Don't forget to include your answers onto ManageBack. So as you can see that you will find that you need to post the response here for part 2, question number 4. And don't forget, you want to provide your reasoning as clearly as possible. All right, let's go back to the slide. Okay, so this think, pair, share activity helps you to compare and contrast different triangles. And in this unit, continuing from the previous unit, we will still spend some time investigating into triangular features, but we will move from congruence to similarity, 相似三角形, as time progresses. Okay, so now let's recall what you have learned. At some point in elementary school, you learn about the names of certain shapes, the polygons, 多边形, especially different types of triangles, okay, especially in last unit. And also in Unit 4, we've learned about square numbers and also square roots. We talk about how to rationalize the denominators. And also earlier, you learned about how to measure and draw line segments of certain length with your rulers. And then we use the sum of all angles in the triangle to apply in some real-life applications, real-life problems. Okay. All right, so to smooth the process, and also maybe some of you don't really remember the English terms for polygons, I would invite you to take a look, to spend some time watching this video. You will find the link again on ManageBack. It's part 3, number 5. Okay, when you click that, you will see that the link directs you here to this 2.5 minutes long video. It shows introduction to polygons. Okay, all right, so I'll leave it here for you to watch that later. Okay, so after you watch this video, I would like you to describe what a polygon is in your own words. If you need to draw some pictures, welcome to do that, but make sure that you want to include into your response. All right, and also you might want to write down English, Chinese correspondences of these polygons onto your notebooks. Okay, sorry for that. And the second part of this response would be to visualize the keywords. Okay, so as you can see from the previous slide, okay, we actually talk about adjacent already when we talk about basic trigonometry. Okay, can you visualize that? And also the opposite. And the next one, the right angled. Okay, bird's eye view. Maybe some of you don't have a clear idea of what that is. Try to Google that and visualize that on your own. And we learned about decimal places in Unit 4 already. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's come back. Okay, so you want to post this part of the responses to this message. Okay, Unit 6, Lesson 2. Okay, all right, so that would be for until Part 3. Okay, right now let's move on to the final part of this lesson before I let you go to work on your own. We want to think about what a theorem is. Okay, so as you can see that here you've got an ancient picture. You don't really know what the language is, but I am guessing that's Hebrew. Okay, and as you can see from this pink square, it says theorem is a statement that can be demonstrated to be true by accepted mathematical observations and argument. Okay, so let's quickly read through this statement together. It says, in general, a theorem is evidence of some general principle that makes it part of a larger theory. These theorems build up the body of knowledge within geometry and mathematics. The process of showing a theorem to be correct is called a proof. Proving theorems is a valuable skill and can help you to improve your logic, reasoning, and ability to identify things that are indisputably, and in every case, true. When you are learning a theorem, you are learning an absolute truth, which will help you discover other truths. So how can we use theorems? How do mathematicians find theorems? Okay, so maybe we wouldn't be able to answer the bottom two questions at the moment, but keep in mind that they can be helpful in your mathematical learning journey. Okay, all right, so let's quickly sum up what's going on in this passage. So as you can see from the first paragraph, that theory is let's call it an umbrella term, or it's actually bigger than all theorems. And also the process of showing whether or not a theorem is correct, we call it a proof. Okay, and as we learned in Unit 5 that trying to prove theorems might not be as difficult as you had thought. And also you can see that it helps you to really learn about so-called absolute truth. So again, I would invite you to pause here and think about, can we really find absolute truth all the time, or maybe sometimes the truth can be relative? Okay, that would be a really great TOK question. And again, you might not be able to answer that right now, but leave it until later. Okay, so right now let's be a little bit relaxed by taking a look at these jokes here. Okay, did you get any of them? You might want to pause the video and then digest a bit. But I can tell you that my favorite one is actually this one, the right one. Weak coffee was suitable only for lemmas, a short theorem used in proving a larger theorem. Did you get the point? Okay, all right. So maybe the previous slide is not that clear to you about theorem. Okay, so I would invite you to take a look at another YouTube video. Again, you can find the link on ManageBack. This time you look at Part 3, number 6, and then you click here, the second video, and you'll be directed to this one, an introduction to mathematical theorems. Okay, it's actually quite interesting. Okay, and you can learn a bit about that and appreciate theorems, hopefully, after watching that. Okay, again, you have some reflection questions to post your answers on to ManageBack. Alright, so can you use your own words to explain what proofs are? Okay, you want to refer to the video, and you want to be specific, be factual about what reflexive property is, and can you find the example in the video? Okay. And also, try to think about why can learning proofs make one rich? Well, it has a really special case mentioned in the video. And finally, another factual question. What is QED? Okay, all right. So let's go back. You will see that you want to post the answer here. Okay, so keep in mind that don't miss the deadline. It's May 26th. Okay, so this wraps up listen to. Feel free to ask questions in our Zoom meeting or through ManageBack. Thank you for watching.